The story of Hansel and Gretel. Once upon a time, in a small village by the edge of a dense forest, lived a poor woodcutter with his two children, Hansel and Gretel, and their stepmother. Times were hard, and the family had very little to eat. The stepmother, worried about their survival, suggested to the woodcutter that they take the children into the forest and leave them there, so they wouldn't be a burden. Though the woodcutter was heartbroken, he reluctantly agreed. Overhearing their plan, Hansel comforted Gretel and came up with a plan. That night, Hansel gathered white pebbles that glowed in the moonlight and filled his pockets with them. The next day, when the woodcutter and their stepmother led them deep into the forest, Hansel secretly dropped the pebbles along the way. After leaving the children in the forest with a fire, their father and stepmother left, promising to return. As night fell and the cold crept in, Hansel and Gretel waited until the moon rose, illuminating the path of pebbles Hansel had left behind. Following the trail, they safely made their way back home. However, the family's situation grew worse, and the stepmother convinced the woodcutter to try again. This time, Hansel wanted to collect more pebbles, but the stepmother had locked the door, so he couldn't go out. The next day, as they were led deeper into the forest, Hansel crumbled the bread he was given for breakfast and left a trail of crumbs behind them. After they were abandoned in the forest again, Hansel and Gretel tried to follow the trail of crumbs, but they had been eaten by the birds. Lost and hungry, they wandered through the forest for days. Eventually, they came upon a strange house made entirely of gingerbread, cakes, and candy. Starving, they began to eat the delicious house. Suddenly, a wicked old witch appeared, inviting them inside with promises of a feast. But once inside, the witch revealed her true nature. She captured Hansel, locking him in a cage to fatten him up, and forced Gretel to do chores, intending to eat them both. Every day, the witch checked if Hansel was fat enough to eat by asking him to stick out his finger. Clever Hansel, knowing the witch couldn't see well, would stick out a bone instead. Frustrated that Hansel wasn't getting fatter, the witch decided to eat him anyway. The witch prepared the oven, ordering Gretel to check if it was hot enough. But Gretel, pretending not to understand, asked the witch to show her how. As the witch leaned in to check the oven, Gretel pushed her inside and slammed the door shut, burning the witch alive. Gretel quickly freed Hansel, and they discovered the witch's treasure hidden inside the house. Filling their pockets with jewels and gold, they set off through the forest. After wandering for some time, they found their way back home. When they arrived, they discovered that their stepmother had died, and their father had been worried sick about them. Overjoyed to be reunited, they shared the treasure with their father, and they all lived happily ever after, never hungry again. And so, Hansel and Gretel's bravery and cleverness saved them from danger, and they lived a life full of love and abundance. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting content. Your support means a lot. See you in the next video.